It's time for another episode of the Film Room, and today we're going to take a look at Georgia safety Malaki Starks. Uh, Usually, safeties aren't highly rated prospects. We've seen guys like Kyle Hamilton come out, but safeties kind of tend to go late first round, early second round. But I'm telling you, we've got a stud here in Malaki Starks, a guy that has the potential to maybe even break into the top 10. So if you're not familiar with what I like to do in these videos, I like to take clips from different games to kind of highlight and showcase the type of player, in this case, Malaki Starks is, how he translates to the NFL, and then potentially where he could fit and be drafted. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. When you're looking at safeties and how they project to the NFL, you got to look at, can they play deep in coverage, can they match up in the slot, and can they be a force player? If they can do two out of those three things, they can be a starter in the NFL. So let's take a look at how Starks matches up here. Let's take a look at him in deep zone coverage. So as we see, Starks is lined up right here, kind of in the slot, but he's going to rotate back at the snap and essentially play cover two. And what I like here is he's able to get easy depth, stay on top, and react to that receiver, and always be that cover two guy. He's taking half of this field away, staying on top of that receiver, and just covering that ground to make that deep pass practically non-existent. All right, now that we've seen that Malaki Starks can play in deep coverage, how about matching up in the slot? So here against Clemson, he's in the slot at the top of the screen, and he's just going to play an off-man coverage, let this receiver make the move, and as he breaks outside, turn and run with him. But what I love here is he turns his eyes around, locates that ball, and makes a spectacular interception. As we see from the end zone view, we'll see a better view of it. He's able to turn his body around, get inside position on that corner, and just leap up and make a spectacular interception. I mean, he looks like a legit cornerback here. Just the ability to play off-man coverage, turn and run. We see the speed. We see the quick flipping of the hips. And then just the ball skills. That's why I didn't worry too much about him not making that play in the previous clip, because we see a play like this where he's able to just go up and win at the catch point. Go up and snatch that ball away and make a spectacular play. Here against Alabama, we see him at the bottom of the screen, kind of in the slot, still looking like a too high safety. But the snap of the ball, he's going to match up with this tight end right here. And coming from deep, he has to make up some ground, especially with this pick play coming. And he's able to get tight to him. And not only tight to him, but still be able to stay in that hip pocket. And that quickness, that explosiveness. I know it looks like it's potentially a run here. Milrose taking off running. But like I said, he's coming from off-man coverage. Guy's breaking inside. He's able to get to his hip, not let his teammate get picked off. Love the speed. Love the explosiveness. Just the change of direction that he has. All right, then another play of him in the slot. He's actually lined up in press man coverage. He looks like he's the nickel corner, slot corner, coming up and playing press. And this receiver is going to run kind of like a post type route to the end zone. And he's able to just read with him, once again, stick within that hip and take him away. He's right in his hip pocket, changing directions with him, and if that ball's thrown, he's in a great position to be able to make his play on the ball. If you didn't know any better, you would think that Malaki Starks, from just these three plays that I showed you, is one of the better cornerbacks in this draft. Just his speed, his fluidity, being able to run routes with the receivers. All right. So we've seen him play deep in coverage. We've seen him play matchup in the slot. How is he as a force player in the run game? So here against Clemson, once again, he's lined up like a slot corner. And they're going to run this ball inside. And just look at him diagnose this play right away. He's shooting inside. And he's able to fill that hole, come across, and drag that running back down from behind. I mean, how often do you see a corner flying in like that and being able to make this play? And then lastly, we see him, Starks is lined up over here at the bottom of the screen, and Alabama's going to run a little zone read look, quarterback power with Milroe, and we see Starks being able to come up once again. Milroe's a big quarterback, big, strong quarterback, really good runner. He's able to bring him down once again in the backfield for a loss. That just quick diagnose, speed to the edge, wrapping him up. He's not going to come and lay the wood. He's not like a Cam Chancellor or that, but he knows how to wrap up. He doesn't miss very many tackles. There is so much to like about Malaki Starks as a NFL draft prospect. As I said, when you look at safeties, if they can do 2 out of the 3, if they can play over the top, zone coverage, if they can match up in the slot or be a force player, if they can do 2 out of those 3 things, they're considered a starting caliber safety. Here we got Malaki Starks being able to do all 3. And his versatility, he looks like a cornerback, he hits like a safety, he's able to play over the top. His versatility and his ability to do everything is going to make him very attractive to NFL teams. And I think the only thing that could potentially hurt him is he's a safety. And a lot of teams don't view safeties as these elite players like cornerbacks, like receivers, quarterbacks, and offensive linemen, and even pass rushers. They're kind of get pushed down. And so I think you could see Malaki Starks drafted. I mean, look at Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton was viewed as maybe a top 5 overall prospect, and he went, I think, 14 to the Baltimore Ravens in his year. So I could definitely see that happening with Malaki Starks, just him sliding a little bit in the draft, just solely based off of positional value and maybe team need. Teams looking to get that cornerback, looking to get those pass rushers. And we have some good pass rushers in this draft class. But he's going to be a lock first-round pick. I think he's a top 20 pick is where I feel pretty comfortable saying. It wouldn't shock me if he went in the top 10. But I think a team needing a free safety, heck, he could play strong safety. I mean, in all reality, he's a safety. We look at what Brian Branch is doing with the Detroit Lions. There's no reason why Malaki Starks could not make that same impact. So it'll be fascinating to see where he goes in the draft. But whoever gets Malaki Starks is going to get one heck of a football player. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the video, make sure you subscribe to get more. Continue to put out more and more of these draft prospect breakdowns. If you like what you see, like I said, not only subscribe, but follow me on social media. Draft_Brian is where you can follow me. Doesn't matter what social media it is, you can find me at Draft_Brian. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.